Moin moin, welcome to Streaming Every Day. In this video we'll learn how to give a vintage effect to your videos. Now I know this can be done through professional editing softwares or online editing tools or even with smartphones, but what if I tell you that we can do this with just a single line command? So for that we need to check out FFmpeg. So we Google FFmpeg and the first link will take you to the ffmpeg.org page. For somebody who is new to this, FFmpeg is a Swiss Army knife for someone who works with videos. It can perform encodings, decodings, transcodings, and pretty much everything that a professional editing software can. It is already installed in my system, but for Mac users, it's relatively easier to install FFmpeg. You just need to write brew or yum install FFmpeg. But it is also pretty simple for other operating systems. For Windows, you can download the zip file and then you just need to unzip it. And that's it. You can use the ffmpeg.exe file straight away. You might have to use it with the file path, but you can always make a path variable to make things simpler. And once it's installed, we need to get a Mp4 file as the input, or for the matter of fact, any video file. So I have this page open from GitHub. I found this. I was looking for free Mp4 files. So I will show you. I just googled free Mp4 files for testing, something like this. Yeah, and you can use any video you want, any format, any video that you have in your system or you want to download. I just didn't want to use the old Big Buck Money video because it's getting too boring now. And yeah, I just went to this GitHub page, and here also there are some videos that I already know, but still it's better than Big Buck Bunny. I will take this HBO one, I think. If I'm not wrong, it's something related to Game of Thrones, but we'll see, I'm not sure. So I copy it and I will go to my terminal. I have a folder, I think it's in desktop. Let's see. I will go to my desktop and I think I have made a folder vintage something. Yeah, vintage video. Yeah. So I downloaded using wget, and yeah, I have the video now. So when you install FFmpeg, it's not installed alone, but it also installs ffprobe and ffplay. Now, what is ffprobe and play? You can read it here in the documentation. Do remember, always select the all documentations because it contains everything. That's why it says FFmpeg all. And yeah, so we will use ffplay to play the video, as the name suggests. You can check out other functionalities of it in this documentation. So I will just write ffplay and the video name to play the video. So it started. It's in other tab. I will bring it. Yeah. So yeah, this is Game of Thrones, some video from Game of Thrones, I don't know. So I will play it one more time so that we know that we can like notice it again, that this video has some colors that will be changed when we will put that vintage effect. So you can notice it now and we will see the difference. So yeah. So what is the command line now? It's very simple. We write FFmpeg. It's pretty basic actually. FFmpeg, we write a -i, which is the input flag. You have to then provide an input, and I provide this video that I downloaded. Let me make this bigger. Sorry, I didn't realize this. How do I make? Yeah. Yeah. So I will make it a little bigger. Yeah, I just remove it, I will clear it, and then I will make it bigger. So I don't know how much bigger is good enough. Maybe a little more. Yeah, I think a little more would do. Yeah, I think this much would be nice. Yeah. So FFmpeg -i, then you provide your input. We have this video. And now we need something called curves. Curves is that parameter, but before that we need minus VF. Minus VF actually selects the pixels of the video, of the frame of the video. Now it's just selecting the pixels, that's it. So because we will be changing those pixels, so ideally what we are doing, we are changing the intensity of RGBs in this subpixels, but we come to that later. But we use curves and we put the curves effect equal to vintage. Luckily we have this option in FFmpeg, so we just write that, and now we need an output name, and I will just write vintage underscore vintage to the previous file. Then we start it. Now depending on the size of video or the time of the video, it will take accordingly that amount of time, but for us it's very small video, so it just did it quickly. So yeah, we have bunch of stuff here. So the above one is the banner, and then we see the libraries, or I'm not sure if I should say libraries here, but these are some things that are enabled with this installation of FFmpeg. But this is a very deep topic, we can talk about it later. But yeah, there are some things that you notice: the duration, the stream, the encoder H.264, the pixel format YUV420p. So you will notice that when we do provide this vintage effect, this YUV will probably change to 444 instead of 420. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so there is like a lot of information, and that's like the beauty of FFmpeg. It's just one line command and you get so much information, which is actually very beneficiary once you work with video. So the people who work in media industry would know this. So yeah, so I'll clear it. I have the video now. I will just play it. ffplay, as we did it before, and the vintage one again got played in the other side. Okay, yeah, so you see the difference, right? So we just did it with this one line, curves equal to vintage, that's it. Now you can also use ffprobe to check the metadata of this, but yeah, this is something that we can also learn later on. But just to show you, I did this ffprobe and the video name, so it gives you just the metadata of the video. Everything related to the video will be found in this. But yeah, you can also check out in the FFmpeg all documentation. Just look for curves. There will be I think 2-3 types of examples where we can use curves, but what we are looking for is this vintage effect, right? So it will be somewhere else, not here. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, here exactly. So you see this vintage, there are other effects as well, and you can also individually increase or decrease the intensity of the RGB pixels. So it's also stated that it's similar to the Adobe Photoshop and GIMP curve tools. So it won't be wrong if we say that FFmpeg is actually the basic that is used in these professional tools. So, and we see that we can also increase the intensity of the RGB subpixels individually. And yeah, you can try out these examples that are on this FFmpeg all documentation page. And I think that was it for this video. See you next time.